Hello and welcome to Who Art Thou, the show where we look at some of the most influential artists in history.
Today we're going to be learning about arguably one of the most famous artists in the world, Leonardo da Vinci.
We'll be looking into his artwork, his life, and even some of his inventions.
Speaking of inventions, we're going to be showing you at home how to create your own code to trick your family and friends.
Also, we'll look at your artwork and give you the chance to feature on next week's Wall of Fame.
And at the end of the show, we go head-to-head in an arty competition.
So don't go anywhere.
You won't want to miss it.
Roll titles. Join us on this journey through history. My name is Nick Cobra.
And I'm Robb Scarey. So, who's this Leonardo da Vinci guy, Nick?
Well, I thought he was a Ninja Turtle, but that's besides the point. The actual Leonardo da Vinci was a military engineer and a part-time artist during the Renaissance.
The Renaissance was a time period between the 14th and 16th century, marking the end of the medieval period and a boom of culture, everything from art to music to science to literature. Da Vinci used to paint in this period, drawing inspiration from life models and religion, created two of the world's most famous paintings, the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper.
But there's more on that later. Hey, why are we standing here telling these guys at home about Da Vinci when the man himself could tell us?
That's a great question. Take a look.
Oh, hello there. Where did you come from? What are you doing here? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. This is my workshop, where I do all of my painting, my sculpting, my design work, mathematics, engineering, architecture, and not to mention my studies of the human body. There's so much to show you. Ha! Over here, this is where I keep my most important designs. But you cannot see them. Not yet. Not yet. You can see this, though. My Lady Lisa. What to you? The Mona Lisa. A painting I've been working on for 12 years, and I think she's finally coming together. Look at her smile. Is she sad? Is she happy? We do not know. Behind me here are my notebooks from when I was a very young lad at Finocchio's workshop. And down here, my designs for self-supporting bridges. Yes, you heard me right. Self-supporting. There is so much to say, but not nearly enough time. So, for now, I leave you with this.
Ja, it's the Vinci time. I'm Da Vinci, I'm a painter, I'm a master innovator. More than 200 IQ, yes, I'm a genius creator. I got so many inventions, tanks and helicopters. You made it? Well, I thought it. Zoologists, they dear adopters. Yes, it's true. I was born in 1452, an apprentice in a workshop at 14, and there I grew into the smartest artist the world has ever seen. And I'm the greatest painter that there has ever been. I wrote my notes in a coded text so complex. That's what you call a cipher, so don't forget that even when I'm gone, they're making movies after me. The Da Vinci Code, and Da Vinci knows his name from known in society.
Wow! I didn't know Da Vinci could rap.
If I'm honest, it doesn't surprise me too much. He was very good with words, not just a paintbrush.
This is very true. There are more than 7,000 pages of notes written by Da Vinci.
And most of those notes are written in code.
That's right. Our famous artist actually wrote in code. He only wrote normally when he intended for his work to be read by others.
He would write from the right side hand of the page to the left, and all his writing mirrored.
It is unclear why he wrote like this. Some believe that it was due to him being left-handed and not wanting to smudge ink on the page.
Whilst others believe it was to make it harder for his rivals to steal his ideas.
So, because Da Vinci uses secret coding throughout his life, whatever the reason behind it,
we're going to be teaching you guys at home how to create your own secret code to hide all your deepest, darkest secrets.
Because that doesn't sound creepy at all.
Just show them what they'll need.
Okay, so what you'll need to write your code is a piece of paper, a pen, and a ruler. It's that simple.
But for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to be using a whiteboard, so you can push those to one side for now. If you'd like to follow along at home, quickly grab a pen and paper.
Once you have all your supplies, the first step is to think of something you would like to write in code.
It can be the name of a pet, a famous person, or even a secret that you'll never tell another soul.
You're really pushing this deepest, darkest secrets idea, aren't you?
Of course I am. It's called a secret code for a reason.
Well, for the sake of this family-friendly show, we're going to be using the name of our artist, Da Vinci.
I'm a little disappointed you aren't going to spill your deepest secrets, but I guess it's relevant.
So, on this whiteboard beside me, there is a method of coding called the pigpen cipher that we're going to use today. Have you heard of it before, Rob?
Well, I have now. It kind of just looks like a bunch of lines with letters.
Fair enough. All will become clear, I promise. Although this code wasn't used by Da Vinci himself, we think it's much easier to follow at home.
Probably a smart move, because I tried writing my name like Da Vinci once, and let's just say it didn't go to plan.
I'm not even going to ask. So, now we've got our word we're writing in code Da Vinci, we're ready to get started. To begin, you'll need to write out your pig pen cipher using your pen and ruler like we have here.
Think noughts and crosses meets the X factor.
Exactly. You'll want to make sure that you filled out the letters of the alphabet and added these little dots here. You'll see why those are important later.
Now on to the fun part.
So, on the smaller whiteboard here, we have the word we are going to write in code. Rob, this is where you come in.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, so the first letter of our word is D. Can you find that for us?
Yep, that's right here.
And because of its shape in the grid, we draw this.
Oh, I see. So you're turning the grid into symbols.
Exactly. You're getting it now. Next letter is A.
Yep, that's in the corner here.
And then a V.
Yep, that's down here. V is in a cross, so instead of a box, we draw an arrow.
Then an I.
Yep, that's here.
And then an N. This is where them dots come in.
It's because the shape of the N and the shape of the E are the same, so without the dots, it could get confusing.
So, you draw the shape as usual, and then put the dot in the middle.
And the next one is C.
We're almost finished, and we have a letter I.
Yep.
And there we have it.
That's Da Vinci written in secret code. Now, Nick, considering you're so good at this decoding business, I've prepared a little code for you to have a crack at right now.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I know this is an A because we've just used an A in Da Vinci.
Yep.
This one's different, so this one's an R. Oh, I can see where this is going. And that one's different too, and that is a T.
Yeah.
Ah, the word art.
Oh, you make it look so easy.
What can I say? It's a talent.
Speaking of talent, let's take a look at the Wall of Fame.
Last week, we learned all about the famous artist Picasso, and we got you guys at home to send us some of your own artwork in his style.
Yes, and we received so many submissions, so let's take a look at some of the amazing pieces you've created.
This was sent in by Dora, age 10, from Newcastle. I love the colours on this one. What do you think, Rob?
I agree, the colours really make it stand out. It truly is a Picasso style. Let's take a look at this piece here, sent in by Peter, age 14, from Swansea.
Wow, a portrait painting.
Yeah, it kind of looks a bit like you, Nick.
I'm much better looking than that.
Of course you are. Finally, my personal favourite, this one, sent in by Michael, age 12, from Milton Keynes.
Wow, that's better than anything I could draw.
Thank you all so much for sending in your artwork.
Don't worry if your work didn't get featured this week. There's still a chance for your work to be featured in our next episode.
Yes, we'll be choosing a handful of your Da Vinci codes to display on the Wall of Fame.
So, using the pigpen code we taught you to use today, write a secret message and then send it to us through our website www.whoartthou.com/submissions, where you can find more details.
And don't forget to tune in next week to see Nick and I try and crack some of your secret codes.
Did you hear that?
It sounds like the bells of Florence Cathedral.
That means it's time for our weekly challenge!
Yeah, so what's our weekly challenge this week, Nick? That's right, we're going to be painting Da Vinci's most famous work, the Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa was painted by Da Vinci between 1503 and 1506 whilst he was in Italy and France.
We've only got 30 seconds to draw this, so it's going to be tricky.
The original name for the Mona Lisa was Mona Lisa, which is an abbreviation of Madonna.
I'm more of a Beyonce man myself.
What?
What?
Anyway, the word Madonna in Italian translates to My Lady, which could mean that the painting is literally called My Lady Lisa.
So where did Mona come from then?
That's actually a spelling mistake. Da Vinci never intended for it to be called that.
Oof.
Without further ado, let's get on with the challenge.
Seconds on the clock, please.
When the klaxon sounds, we'll begin.
Okay. So, the Mona Lisa is the most valuable painting of all time.
You know, I never understood why. I mean, it's not that good.
I mean, yeah, but one time it was stolen from the Louvre in France, and the suspect was last week's focus, Pablo Picasso.
Was he ever convicted?
No, it wasn't him. He was eventually proven innocent.
Anyway, mine's going to be better than yours.
We'll see. Finally, when the painting was recovered, it was put in its own room.
Time's up!
Ready to reveal?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. I'm not sure mine is quite the Mona Lisa, but A for effort, and I'm sure it'll look amazing next to the bin.
Not my best work, but at least it will be shown somewhere, Nick.
Well, looks like that's all we've got time for. I think it's been a blast. We learned all about our friend Da Vinci, the true Renaissance man.
We had a tour of his world-renowned workshop by the master himself.
We learnt to write in secret code.
We even had a go at creating our own masterpiece.
A very quick masterpiece, if I do say so.
Don't forget to send in your secret codes to our website, www.whoartthou.com/admissions, for more information and a chance to appear on next week's Wall of Fame. And don't forget to get your parental guardian's permission first.
Tune in next week, where we'll be popping onto your TVs with someone a little more modern.
Very clever. That's right, it's Andy Warhol of pop art fame. We'll be exploring some of his influential work and giving it a go ourselves.
Till next time, it's goodbye from me.
And me. This we're going to be leaving you with something a bit special this week. Our whole crew is going to be remaking The Last Supper in honour of this week's guest, so have fun and keep it creative. Bye-bye.